Well, good morning, everyone. George Packard with Family Lawn and Landscape. And now that I have my typical cup of coffee in the morning here, with my cup of love, as my wife calls it, I'm going to show you a little bit about how our estimating works and why it works so well for us. So to begin with, I'm going to show you guys, I've had a lot of questions about our websites and the things we do and why we do them. So I'm going to show you guys just a typical thing. When I talk about the websites, how they work, round the clock for you, when I'm sleeping, this thing is working for me. So here's a typical example. So I'm going to show you. All right, so let's go with Lawn Care, Melbourne, Florida. Just right there. Okay, now can you see, can everybody see where we're at here? Where we're placed on here? This is very important right here. Okay, so this is a paid ad right up in here. So True Green, they're paying money to be here, or better known as pay-per-click. That's what these are up here. All right, you come down in the Google box down here, and we are #1. That is, to me, that's the best place you can be. Okay, and then you come down. Now this is Home Advisor right here, and then we're right beneath Home Advisor. Home Advisor, I guarantee you, spends hundreds of thousands of dollars to get in that spot. And I am literally right beneath those guys, and I didn't spend anywhere near that amount of money. So this is where we're at, and this is a good place to be. So you're #1 in the box here, and you're #1 in the organic rankings here, okay? So let's just click on this. And our website pops up, and this is how people find us, okay? So they typed in lawn care in our city, and it automatically brought them to that page. They hit on the first 1, 2, 3 companies, whatever it is. So now they're here. If they're going to read this, they might look at our video up here, and this is another thing that I think kind of separates us from the pack, is where we do have the video up here. So here's our little request button. Without further ado, all right, so it brings them to this page, okay? So on this page, we have a free estimate, 24-hour fast quote, we call it, okay? So, and we just tell them thank you for considering Family Lawn and Landscape, okay? All they have to do, they put in their name, their phone number, email, whatever they want to put in here, and their contact desired, whether it's email, phone, or in person. The street address, city, zip code, their gate, if there's a gate code that we need to get in to give them an estimate. And then these are the comments. Here's the comments section below, okay? So when they hit this, they just click send at the end of it, and boom, away it goes. So you click on the send, and away it goes. So that's done. So that's they went from the first page of our website into the contact form, and now we come over here to the emails. So this is your typical email, and I just have it on this one because it's the first one that came up this morning. So at 7:43, this guy came in. So what I have to do here, though, is I have to take that off the screen because I have to do a little bit of, I got to cover up his name and address and stuff, but I want to show you guys just how that works. So give me just a second to pull that up. Okay, so now that we get done with the website, or the customer gets done with the website, they send us the email. Email is here. What I had to do is I had to cover up his information, his personal information, just because it's, it shouldn't be public or whatever. But now I'm going to just read through this to you real quick and just let you know what everything is. So he wants us to either email him or call him. There's no gate code. He wants lawn mowing and leaf removal. All right, so comments say, hi, I need a quote for my lawn, edge, weed whack, and blow paved areas. A standard lawn service. I would also like to know how much more to add spraying, weed control on flower beds. Hedge cutting, I would call when needed. Maybe let me know how much that would cost when needed. My biggest problem I've had with the last 4 lawn guys was that they never came weekly during the spring, summer, and fall months. And in winter, I was lucky to get 1 cut a month. If you are not able to keep a weekly cut schedule, please let me know, as I do not want to waste your time coming here, because I will stop service if this happens. Again, I read your reviews, and I too have a family business, so please let me know what it will cost and when you could start. Thank you. All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you on this. There's a few things to watch out for with this guy. So this is one of the reasons that we bid things over the internet. this guy already told me he's gone through the last four companies. Well, he's probably gone through dozens of companies, you know. So this guy is either very picky, or I can understand why he goes through a lot of companies, because down in Florida, there's a lot of companies that just don't give a shit. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, so I don't even want to get into that. What I'm going to get into today is just this guy. So he's very decisive about, you know, come and do the shrubs when I want you to do them. Okay, so there's a lot of things in here that are when and if, and which are signals to me that he's a tightwad, you know, and he's, you know, I watch out for those type of things, and I would much rather bid this guy over the phone than drive out and look at that property. So having said that, here's what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to get off of this. I've got to get his address down here, so give me just a second to do that. All right, I've got that done, and now I'm going to go to something that I like to use a lot, and it's findlotsize.com. All right, these guys I can get rid of, so I don't need these on my screen anymore. God, come off of that screen. These are just going to mess with me. On there just to whatever, and now they're moving off. Okay, so now if you go to findlotsize.com, hopefully you can see that. Are you able to zoom in on that? Okay, so we just need to type in this address. So 1143. Okay, and then what you'll see happening here, it shows where this is, okay? So you just got to zoom in. This guy's in a nice subdivision, so you can see a lot of newer houses and whatnot in here. So now what I want to do is I want to measure this lot. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to click here, click there, click there, and there. So now, if you can see over here, this entire lot size, 7,729 square feet approximately. So I don't subtract anything for this house or whatnot, because every job is going to be a little bit different. So you may have a ton of flower beds in here or hardly any. Okay, but I want to bid this guy over the internet, and there's a couple of reasons for it. I want to get this guy fast. I don't want to give anybody else a chance to bid this guy. He asked for a quote, and if I can get that quote back to him fast, that's important. If you give him the opportunity to call somebody else, he certainly is going to. I'd rather get this back to him right away, and what I do is I'll send him this quote. I'll tell him how much it is, and I'm going to send it to him automatically. So I know in something like this, this is going to be our typical $25 yard, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So now I know what it is. I'm going to go back to the email. I'm going to respond to him. I'm going to give him his price immediately. And at that point, our transaction is pretty much done. I'm going to follow up with the guy if I don't hear from him. But I'm going to let him know that, and I'm going to tell him, hey, it's $45 an hour per man to cut on the shrubs, and most shrubs are done within an hour and or within a half an hour. You know, so more than likely it's going to be around $50, and I'm going to leave it at that. And the spraying, I'll give them a price for the spraying. Maybe that's going to be, $25 a month or $30 a month or whatever. And that's it. I'm going to put all that in that text when I send it back to this guy. And when all is said and done, I mean, this took me a little bit here because I had to cover things up and whatnot for you guys. But normally I can bid this when it comes in, and our office girls do this all the time, within probably 2 to 3 minutes, the whole transaction's done. They've checked out the size of the property. They know what it is over here. We have a standard rate for, corner lots are going to be more than what your inline lots. So this is an inline lot. You can see where it is here, but this mapping tool is absolutely awesome to work with. It's just 5 clicks and you're done, and you've got the size of the lawn. So you know automatically. So guys, here's a good example. Let's say when you're estimating these things, you have your typical lawn right now. Let's say is your $25 lawn. And if that falls in under 10,000 feet, I know I'm going to get a minimum of $25, let's say, to drive to this property. So, for example, okay? Now, I know it's under 10,000 feet, so 10,000 square feet on the property. So automatically, that's $25 property, okay? So you can apply that to your business. You can do the same thing. You go out and look at your lawn, or you know, one of the lawns that you do mow. You know the size of it. Get on here. Get on this findlotsize.com. Square it off. You'll know the square footage of it, and then you can make your own. So you can go to corner lots, and you can come over like to this corner lot over here, and say you gotta, you know, you're gonna have to mow this boulevard area. So we're gonna, well, I'm gonna have to clear all of these first. So clear the markers. Then I'm gonna come over here. And I'm gonna go right from here, right to there. Looks like that's a fence. Over here, and then back to there. And that gives me 12,348 square foot, okay? Or square feet. So that's a bigger lot, obviously. It's quite a bit bigger than our inline lots over here. So I have a price structure that's set up for that also, okay? So that's easy to do. You can get it to the guy. The most important thing, without trying to be repetitive about this, is you just got to do it fast. You don't want to let anybody else in on it, okay? So this has been George Packard with Family Lawn and Landscape. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me your comments down below and let me know what you use, what tools you use in your estimating. All right? Did you just laugh? What are you laughing at? Don't laugh at me when I'm working on something here.